Weh U Di Seh.
Weh U Di Seh. Weh U Di Seh. Weh U Di Seh.
Yes, it's
This one.
correct. Every answer that yes. You ready?
All of us are nervous always.
You know, right.
Welcome back to another episode of Weh U Di Seh. So lead by Brady, and as always, I'm there with lead by Yes and lead by None. And today we have a very special episode. This will be our first episode pre-recorded and will be shown on Max TV and Maximum Radio. That's channel 14 on your local Belizean TV station. So tune into channel 14 and check us out from here on forward for previous episodes and new episodes to come. We're still streaming on all major social media platforms. So that's Facebook, that's YouTube, and you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram for some of the behind the scenes content. Today on the show, we have a very special guest tonight, Kimmy, Miss Kimmy, who is going to join us tonight to talk about her experience recently graduating from the University of Belize. And she's just going to, pretty much give us a rundown of what her journey has been like throughout school, and now that she's out of school and entering the job market, what it want in the job market right now in Belize. So, Kimmy, what you say on that?
Don't forget to mention.
Right.
It's a little sister.
Most important part.
Anyway, she like keep you as far as Alright then G.
I don't want to feel like the conversation we have.
It's not politics, but not for about nepotism.
I mean,
yes. Everybody knows this on my name is Kim, so it's not a personal episode for me, but like I'm gonna say, we just say
first of all, thank you for having me. Why to say I have a lot to say. I have a lot of good to say. I have a lot of questionable things to say where people might.
First of all, I just have to ask your girl diploma in your hand already, right?
You know what? Because I have a 9 to 5 and I got to get fun for.
Alright, well, make sure to give this person the diploma or no here.
Technically, just to sit down and wait for me.
Okay, then better wait for you. We going for it. See your time. But go ahead. Sorry.
Story of my life, people. These are the men who raised me. Oh man. But where do I start? I guess at the end of high school where we had one fair, or like a college fair, and UB had just changed the sequence, and they had made social work, because I'm a social worker. Really never said that either, but got my bachelor's in social work. But UB had just shifted their how they did anything, and they got from associates to full 4 years of bachelor's. And if you know me, it was no question that social work is my calling. It's what I want to do. Helping people, loving on people, supporting people. Like I said, the men who raised me in my life. So come from a good background where that has been legacy to give of self. So it was no question deciding to do that. And at the time, the social norm, or what was becoming of the social norm, was people in the workforce no longer not come with degrees. They come educated, and that they have repercussions on the workforce, because granted now a lot of experience, but now a visionary thing, and we need to educate the younger people when I start college. So it was again no question, because that I'm the song of the country that time. Go to school, go to college, get your degree. You want to see better when you get your degree. That was not reality. But Ghana UB for 4 years, 4.5, 4 long years.
How was the UB experience, the day-to-day life? Traveling. You did some traveling to Belfast and all that.
No,
Or you
no.
mostly in the
Right
city?
in the city,
Okay,
yeah.
how's the day to day?
You know what? It's completely different from SJCJC. You be literally as other people like read my school, but literally mature me. Like it gave me a balance of what it was like to leave high school and still have some structure, but I was in classrooms with people where to work 10, 15 years, where to work, go to school, go on picnic.
Yeah.
Like,
That
they
huge
push
different
for
dynamic.
They push for the degree. So it gave me like this well-rounded, I would say, experience of, every day. I mean, like I say, it's different from junior college because you see everybody at night. Like, everybody come 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock. During the day, it's go slow, and the people who could afford for that at school, full-time that at school, and that's a handful. Like, that's a topic in and of itself.
Yeah.
Half of the population of UB in the city is the working class. So choosing to go there was one of the best experiences because you get best of both worlds. You get college life, go back and hang out during the day with your friends, and then you get
Dolphin Park.
right. Well, too much mosquito in the back. But definitely hang out, and then you get in at the night time. You get people again who are driven, where work focused. When they don't come to school for be friend, they come to school for get this grade, get this paycheck up. That's it. So every day was okay. It was slow. I think a part of me missed out on that, like that college thing where everybody there wrong. But like I said, 5 o'clock hit, you'll meet people who work at BWS, you'll meet people who work at police. You got a lot of police. I had a lot of police. I now have a lot of police friends. I'm in doing bachelor's in social work. You meet lawyers. You meet sometimes fun counselors. With a counselor now, but then some of my class. So you meet a whole variety of that. So to answer the question, it was a best of both worlds, but to balance it out.
Alright.
That's all nice.
Yeah. But anyway, so I decided to go to school for 4 years, and again, then just asked that I made a balance of it, and I enjoyed it personally. I enjoyed chilling, having go-so classes during the morning, and then all the fun classes, and you hear all of the experience then in at the night time, in at the evening. Anyway, Ghana school. Oh, important fact, fun fact. Social work faculty, that Belize only have 3 staff members. So I had 3 teachers who teach me for 4 years.
You trust that, also?
I mean,
3 people. I can rely on
3 people were literally wrong and shaped my fresh, green, naive mind. I don't know if that's a benefit.
No, I think, well, just by guessing, right, I think it would have some benefits because, again, they kind of entrust you with, they basically have an obligation to show you as much as they could.
Yep.
Right? They're not like, oh, I also do this part and I do
that. Tell us something, you had 3 people for 4 years, you're gonna start to bulk.
Yeah.
Because you just say we're then tired, and you? And you just say we're you tired, and then, I've had adjunct lecturers, like, when you do a general course, then the ethics then, and the sociologists, and the psychologists, then another my core class. But, that one thing I want to, for my small faculty, even in the graduation, it showed that they run out of seats for me, but we don't have to talk about that.
Wow.
In fact, we should.
We should, yes, because I have a rumor at the graduation that we're like another day at work. You had to get this so early in the morning. People had to leave the graduation because they had buses to go catch, and they just literally make you sit down there for hours and hours, no refreshments, no water, and this.
I just been going part Tuesday morning to pick up mines and
you work so hard, you want. I do.
They understand, No, but
you want to be appreciated, you want to be noticed.
Yeah,
that one
for sure.
That one lot of sacrifice,
You pay for it.
At the end of the collect.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's our
yeah,
next
yeah.
part I took.
That business aspect for them.
It's our institution. We spend a lot of money if you have the ceremony in
Yeah.
the first place.
Right. Yep. So the ceremony I'm 5 hours.
Jeez.
Wow.
And the most, to me, again, this is just my opinion, the most heartbreaking thing was literally seeing people walk out on their own graduation. Before we turned the tassel, half of the graduation floor was empty.
I don't blame you.
Empty.
I understand.
I mean, it does because they're like, all right, I get that one long graduation, but that your graduation.
Yeah.
Like, you know that one more you be sacrificed, the last one, come keep that.
But it's still-
I think like you explain with the
People have to
the
catch
folks
bus.
in-
Right.
the folks in where work the 9 to 5 and they come on the
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
part business level. They're like, well, I don't graduate, I don't
Yeah.
I do my sit.
Yeah.
One of the right is alright, it's a shenanigans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The ice is cool.
Yeah.
I don't we don't got a quad.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
celebrate, alright.
I'm look back though, and you could have missed it this disdain pan. All of the people actually put into work, like
That's it.
you could have missed the heartbreak because I like again, you know, this is me. You work hard, this is your moment, the least you could do that. Wait till the
No, but why 5 hours though? That's why I want to know.
That's why they try and understand.
I was told before I came on camera that we're not allowed to talk about certain things, so we just
Okay.
5 hours because they put a lot of things whenever students focus in at the graduation, like people will never have nothing for do nothing, speak before the guest speaker, like the guest speaker that made the last.
I know this is common lately with this lot of the honorary PhDs. I know it's very common lately.
That's
Lad, you want to get one too?
Yeah.
I remember the best part of the graduation is
Some
that-
people deserve it. Some people are like, all right.
They get one law, one respect to that.
And that's what
I guess we
actually took up the time. Him receiving his, they had 3 speech for that, like all of that.
Congrats to you, but then what soon you got honorary degree pan communications because we
Because we there, what you say,
You know,
20 years we want that stuff to make people stay hungry now.
just make you look for somebody else.
I would start with
No man, but that's ridiculous.
5
Yeah.
hours was long. It may
That's
still look
ridiculous.
bad though. 5 hours was long, but it may still look bad. I wouldn't walk up on my. In fact, I didn't. I wait till I turn my tassel and then I walk up. Cause I work hard for the 5 hours.
I agree with you. But at the same time, they could have done a better job at making that one more concise celebration and make it more about Uno.
But you know what? I think the topic of discussion around the dinner table afterwards was the fact that they should go back to separating it because 600 students graduate.
Oh, okay.
And they included certificate programs.
Oh.
And they included associate programs.
Yes,
So after
Yeah.
that's
How about graduation today?
Right.
What?
Associate graduation.
Bachelor's
Yeah.
graduation, like, come on.
What's up?
Yeah, but then it tries.
Yeah.
They try bang for your buck like this and a bargain center, man. Let's go with that, man.
And I
Where was
think
it held?
Civic. So I'm like, good. You know, you never made a sweater, you never hot and bothered, but I mean, we walk in, they run out of seats for the graduates. That means embarrassing.
But I just have to say one thing though. You are not the first year, not the last year, not be the 1,000th person may complain about our institution.
Mm-hmm.
So please do better. That's all I could ask. When my son reach at that point, if he do go there or anything like that, please do better. Because that's somebody who I make nice.
Yeah, we gotta get
Right?
that
So
drink
please do better. Improve on yourself and not stop to settle for the nonsense, man. We could do better.
That's kudos.
Kudos because again, but
They still don't come in last. They have a third person in the race, so they give up for your associates. But
But listen, I'm going to get next one right now because at this point, you need everything.
I get your associates.
I graduate pandemic Anna's everybody graduate pandemic Anna's.
yeah, you know, it's not hospital at one time.
But it was I could see it and try, and I guess because I'm a post-pandemic graduation, they would try to do this grand, big, we want to appreciate all on this year, but never really think it through.
I would appreciate my degree, thank you very much. I
really appreciate to stick to the time.
It's my degree and I need it.
Time said 10 to 12, 6 to 10.
Yeah, man, one morning to afternoon, like that's it.
Graduates had to deliver at 8, so we made deliver at 8, and the ceremony never start till like 10:30, and it never done till 2.
Oh.
So it was long. It was long.
I mean, I'm a leave bad money. I'm a
I want to say it.
circle back.
Pick up our 2 guys from the ceremony and not done real though.
It was long.
Man.
I guess maybe they will accommodate for that, no?
I mean,
don't know.
water, saying about
Water.
Water, boy, one piece after that, that's a set.
But
Anyways,
they tried. I think.
What's the job market looking for graduates?
You got this certificate, no? You got this degree, no?
Wait for it. We going
for it, no?
So
if you want to get personal, don't make the people know where you face now in the real world.
Well, that's why I said want because I've been applying since the summer when I find out, okay, I had to graduate. I want to start this application process. I know everybody that just like, nope, you don't have experience. Nope, you don't have experience. Nope, you don't have experience. And to like,
how do you get the experience if you're not giving you a chance to get the experience?
And then my thing is, remember, people want me to be visionaries 4 years ago before I can get this degree. Had I known 4 years ago I need this degree and experience, bet I may do it. But literally made to push people back in a school. Like I said, I meet like a working class people who got 7-10 years that in job to go back for their degree because that the one on the push. They need to survive more than what they need to know. So go get on the bachelor's with a penalty. Or get on the associates or get on the increments. Then literally do a whole public sector. We now have a public sector curriculum to encourage people to go back to school. But just imagine one young person to come out of high school to say, well, government now a sure thing. I go in go get my public sector bachelor's. Right. Then don't get it for public sector till psych.
You need 10 years experience for that.
So far, why together, in a sense, it kind of makes sense that you find a job as soon as possible and you could try work for a degree throughout that. Yeah. Like being a full-time student, almost not pay off.
It's easier said than done. They have to find one company willing to work with you and see the potential in you to say, all right, we allow you to, if you have to come out early, make you go to
and you be not care about your work schedule. They not beat around the bush, but we not then see that that unbalance between the work environment and the education environment, because you be the first to tell them know what their priorities, because we know to make no changes to schedule. And the work environment and tell them know what their priorities because you have a job. And then they sit down there like, but don't to tell me I need each one of them. So why isn't there any synchronization between
public sectors and the
public and private, between the job fields and the national university?
Right.
Yeah.
So that one could done the handpick people out, or you, because everybody that you be, almost everybody, especially if you go for your bachelor's, do an internship.
Yeah.
Know who you want to pick. Every semester you got 20s and 30s of people where they do internship. So, okay, out of this group of internship, we hire them 10. And I just hire 2 because you know it's his time, brother and uncle. And because that on us about the work field, that's where it's at. If you don't know nobody, you don't got no
job. You can't get around the fact. There will always be the fact that last name playing a role.
Yep.
This last name, know the last name, and
and
so that's how it is, man. And it's tough.
Unfortunate reality.
It's tough because then they have a lot of deserving people who work hard.
Yep.
And sheesh, what happened? They
get
overlooked.
all the
Yeah,
time.
for sure.
And then you end up where I am at the work that on call center. We not call no names, but the work now call center and every you to meet your peers.
Yeah.
Where you got to school with, where you know put in as much that school under the bank pan.
I see
But
like,
sorry, go ahead. I was going to ask a question. Yes, you say you meet your peers and people who put in the work with if you higher degree, but you think that I understand as much that yes, the market itself kind of very saturated and very convoluted right now that they name sure what they want and you know they lead you astray. But you think that is there an opening where the younger people could create markets for themselves? Like the people that what you say again when you meet, where you know put in the work, where you know got the mind, where you know could do something, could actually try create a lane where they could focus on that as opposed to just settle into the
norms.
To the norm, exactly.
Right. I believe, I see, everybody have a small, everybody and their granny go on small business.
Yeah.
Everybody and their granny go on side hustle. That's only I carry so far. That's only I carry so far in our economy where every 2 weeks price change at a grocery store.
Yep.
Like, where you have to, not saying that we shouldn't push again and have the vision to want to do better for ourselves, like that other generation, we have to now create the lanes with no tools though, and that is a sad thing, with no sure know-how of how to create my lane. How do I start an NGO? Who will give me one grant if I even got experience for my local community? Who I could go ask for help? And people are telling you, put that this together, put that together, send it there as if you're a grant. But the reality is you need experience to know exactly where your experience is your best teacher in your life.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed not to be closed in and again, I have nothing against BPOs. I think working at one right now and getting the experience on a huge networking platform where you meet all kind of people where you could trend into all different kind of things, and I know they're not that, but that's all there is, and people are like.
I also for say though. I also just for say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So we take a break. We'll come right back to that question. We'll be right back with more Weh U Di Seh. Welcome back to Weh U Di Seh. The conversation, the flow beautifully as always, but we want to get back into the flow of talking about the job market and what it's like coming out of school, going into the job market, where they out there, so who they pay what, where you can find, all of that in a nutshell. So anybody feel free to take it out.
I also want to ask, you could speak Spanish?
Leave it.
You can speak Spanish?
I understand it.
You can speak Spanish?
Poquito.
Well, right now, if you get a job that please, you better be bilingual, because if you're bilingual, you know what, get one job.
Moving on.
I can't speak Spanish, but every job, I don't want to say it, motherfucker, I'm bilingual, close.
But when you say every job, you mean like qualifications in terms of just the regular
requirements? First thing I put experience, then I put the degree where I ask for, and then I put bilingual as a must. Come on, man.
Hey, that's a tough one. Anybody want to stop at that?
Well, I think my Spanish is exceeds, so I think.
You get one or two?
I get cheap on But
thank you, Samuel Escalante. Forget me choose Spanish in 4 years high school. I copied 4 years high school as Spanish. I don't ever say no. I got out of school twice in Spanish in high school. But I don't know. Mostramos, ganamos. Todos ganamos.
what's the passion?
I remember right now, todos ganamos.
I was so like a Harry Potter spell or
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I'm full of jokes and saying, I like your take for that because when you in a social work, that one requirement.
No.
Okay.
I think, sorry, just to say, I also think the problem, the reason why that's so prevalent is because, again, call center jobs are one of the hottest jobs right now. And what a lot of people realize that, again, almost 50% of the world speak Spanish. That was Latin America a huge market for touch. So there are plus if you could speak Spanish, and then you want to come in, make that definitely be what preference or at least what commodity, you know. Oh well, that was plus if you could speak Spanish. But if there's a necessity, it do affect certain jobs. Yes, especially if you're in a certain part of the district or if you're working in certain areas. But I don't think that right now they call take over and us dominate the job market. Well, you have to speak Spanish, you know. Like I don't think that they are called.
But you know what? Yes, the truth is you have places like I know a lot of cashier people where like in a Belizean, right? You have a lot of places where people upset with you that you not talk Spanish.
Especially
and sir, when I fill out this form, it said Belize first language English. Why you not talk English? That is always my biggest thing.
Why?
Granted, you know what immigrants do as the Romans do, sir. You're in Rome. You're not in Spain. You're in Rome. Like you got people where that
as long as it's customer service related, it's required.
Right.
Especially when it's a customer service related in any entity. Right.
I will say that.
Not necessarily required.
It's requested.
It's
requested and it's always an asset.
I don't know when if you're getting an interview and they ask the question and I'll be like.
But I would say it doesn't become mandatory because the top level positions not hold by purely Spanish speaking people. And like you mentioned, our country is an English speaking country. That's the first language of the country. So we agree with everyone on the panel. Having Spanish having it is an additional asset, but not something mandatory. You could still find work without having to speak Spanish.
Yes.
And Spanish speakers could still find work without speaking proper English.
That too.
For all of the entitled people who say, and the name is Central American, that Spanish. No, that's English.
It's very good.
My trip saying a check where I used to take during high school, I think that helped me a lot. You know, I know how to navigate basic conversation.
I lived in Cancun for 2 months, so fluent conversations, I want to know what you say about me. I want to go back in English.
When our children become adults, it will be one requirement. Right now, it's requested and preferred. But when our children become of age, it's going to be required.
Make us ask a question.
For our job, that will just make instill it in our children.
Make us ask a question. Right. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with learning another language? Why is that such a big deal?
Nothing.
The only reason, make us say something.
It's not a problem. We just don't want to.
Right.
Who got time for that?
Make us say something with that though,
Nothing
right?
wrong with that.
No, well, we just say that. But there were a lot of people where I see recently when they call that about this whole colonial history about we're the British one and we're an English speaking country and why we need to adhere to the Spanish speaking people. But right? End of the day.
Kudos to whoever said that.
What that a big deal? What to me, I think the beautiful thing if you could learn one other language.
I love that. I also want to put in the time and effort.
No, I understand. I understand you.
I love I know it already. Man, I'm not quote enough. Woman,
you see.
Not my corazón.
But I also have to say 2 things, right? But I also have to say 2 things I want to say about that. The same crowd where they come in, that whole we're small British. oh no, they say one when they talk about we're so black and all the African language and the people that enslave you. That is the crowd when they talk about this colonial thing, but then they're stuck in this mentality so much that we have to know English. The only country, let's think about this. Our relationship with our country, I mean our neighbors, if affected a lot by language, right?
Yep.
We are the only English speakers. Yes, we are part of CARICOM. Yes, we gotta go to the shop in the Caribbean, but our direct neighbors, the people that border we wanna go right there, they in our country, they're right there. We can't even communicate really because we may get colonized by the British.
You know what to solve this? Technology. We have to solve this. They have a lot of apps right now. I know where
translate that.
Translating apps. They have more prevalent one coming sometime soon, hopefully. And where people just make it very easy.
But you know,
man, I'd say Jesus take the wheel, Google fix it.
But I mean, again, I think that one beautiful language for know. My thing is just always
it is indeed.
not feel. I don't like entitled people like you have to learn this. Nobody tell you have to learn English.
Well,
that was the preferred language.
right. We can't predict the future, but right now, I understand where they said that right now a lot of commodities to come with knowing being bilingual, but right now they're not like I said, they're not end up be where they say about your half, you know.
Because I'm sure I won't run into so much clients where I won't just understand and everything. Go for the neighbor.
Tell her type it out and Google Translate.
Because I just see people have conversations before where like they literally talk into the phone and the phone just translates.
That
they do that.
Yes.
They do that, yeah.
Take that shit.
The Galenia, sorry, Lenny, but the Galenia hospital, how the doctors, because I'm a teaching hospital, so like in the nighttime shifts, they have all of the students come around, so that whole thing. Like once they see you from Belize, that means black people. Once they see you from Belize,
I love right. Yeah, come out right down there, just on the part. Visit.
Then that whole thing, the first thing they ended up pull up for their phone. So if the patient, the vomit, like what happened, what to do, the pressure, the nurse, the doctor, and then they ask you if you speak English to them because then they try to learn. Okay. So I feel like that welcoming, again, that just always a thing. I don't know what you say, how you say. If that a welcoming thing, oh my goodness, repeat that again to me in Spanish. What that mean? Like, say it one more time, and another friendship of two different people that try to compete.
I agree with that for sure, because if somebody just rattle after you, they go on in and language where you don't understand. If you could just more like, you could pick up our vibes. If you could just say, if you could honestly look there and they ask, say, yo, I don't really understand what you say, you could please slowly repeat and follow along with them, you could maybe pick up on one or two vocals.
But you know what?
They have like two different kind of Spanish.
Yeah, kitchen.
Well. I mean, there's multiple. I don't just.
Besides kitchen, they have like the Spain and the Mexican.
They got it like the Catalan, the Catalonia, and then they have a good amount of variations. I don't just. Yeah, they have a lot of like.
And nothing belittle the language and the people, and they say like the English superior and everything. Guys, kudos to them. Those in Spanish folks where I don't know how to do it. Or they come out the womb to speak Spanish where they're wrong about to learn this English too, and all like that.
But you got like English speakers too, like we're learning, like we have our family, one of we cousin name, shout out to the camp. He got in Panama, age of 5, and he speaks fluent Spanish, and he as traveled as we like and speaks it.
I mean, listen. All right, that's not uncommon in Panama. Central America got a lot of you know about the mosquito people, like the Maurian name come from Nicaragua, right? There are people we call it Waika, or they call it mosquito. You know, we call this whole area of Central America mosquito coast. They got so like they dark. If you watch my pa, he dark like black. But he got grey eye. right? Here one of them, mosquito people, they migrate from here and they travel, but then there are Spanish people, there's fluent Spanish, and the color don't really matter.
More like the story is bilingual.
Man, I just need Google Translate.
Google Translate, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have bilingual friends when I jump the goal and we go to a certain spot and
I go laugh,
It all come with being welcoming to the language of
yeah.
How you receive it.
Like I know Spanish, that was the code switch. Like for me, like I know because again my friend was Spanish good and he started me little later than I would have like wrong 9 so but man he get good in a communication and everything, but honestly code switching now a real thing, right? It simply means when there's somewhere you kind of your brain switch to that. Yeah. When I Belize, I don't talk to me in Spanish. I know.
Right? Next thing I just mentioned is that the communication aspect I have to do with the cultural aspect. Like if you come from a Spanish speaking country and you move into an English speaking country, there are some survival tactics where you can't avoid that. You have to pick up on the language. So like if you would have just say well fuck it time I go to Cuba and
you pick up. You will definitely. Watch how much our students the Belizean students who go to Taiwan.
Pick up.
Everybody will come back from Taiwan, know Taiwanese, they know Mandarin good.
Yeah.
You will say that, but trust me.
I just say, Spanish shy enough. I feel like imagine if you go learn Mandarin.
When you have to, you are learning.
Yeah.
If you go somewhere, you don't know where they talk.
I don't know how much gigs of memory my brain have left. That was storage.
Man, say I can.
Who on you go vocabulary now, man?
Send it to the club.
You remember what we do this morning?
Man.
Send it to the club.
No, but real. No, but I don't say whether they're in a situation. Because again, I tell you, once I did in a Spanish speaking country, when I didn't go to Chatton, if I got 100% of the spot, I got hardly conversation with people. I mean, I laugh, all kind of thing. But when I reach back to Belize, I shut that off. My brain no work. So, but I say thing that people, when you go in a situation and you need to try to communicate, guaranteed you will pick it up much faster. That's why when in a Spanish class they try to encourage you and you go to a market or go to somewhere you try because that's how you learn. Yeah. You know?
But my curriculum, I had to take 3 levels as Spanish. 3.
Wow.
Level 1 with a basic introductory, level 2 with an intermediate, evidently with a more conversational, and then level 3 with a completely conversational and a completely conversational topics like how you want interact on hotel, and then just like life would have it, I had to go do that exact same thing I got in a Spanish speaking country for now, let's say 2 months.
You have to write essays in Spanish.
I tell you something about my hermana ex muy bonita. What can I tell you something? Mi hermana, I mean.
Shout out to El Bonita hermana.
I had 1 sentence. Lenny was like, right 5 sentences out. Mi mamá es muy inteligente. Everything about my mom, my sister, my brother. One thing.
Have I ever had to do it? Mi mamá, mi mamá?
No.
Yo, mi mamá.
But again, in a level 3 that convert, like, it was practical because you don't pass that, try write it. At this point, you know, you're not really learning how to write it. At this point, I learn how to pick up things in a conversation.
Speaking is
different.
The learn how to pick up in a conversation, the learn how to, explain yourself or talk. So, I had to do it so I could understand very well. Answer your back? That's a no. And hold on.
Well, aside from language being an obvious pillar in trying to gain employment, because that's what we really talk about.
Right.
We kind of divert into our conversation with language, but as it relates to getting work now in a Belize, like you find it that the call center industry, being a part of that, I'm sure you are willing to speak about this as well. Is it? I just want to ask from a layman perspective. That a good environment for working or not?
You go first, Lenny.
What's the question?
No, just to ask for a layman's perspective, the call center industry is something where over the past 10 years has developed tremendously in our Belize,
right.
to the point where previous administrations said, we should instill certain things in school so that when students come out, they are already prepared for that specific market. So what I ask, is it a welcoming job? Is it a welcoming environment for people who want to work there?
I think. Sorry, Lenny, I'm gonna go before you. I think it's like any other job. You have. Like any other place, right?
Yeah, good and bad.
You're good and bad, right?
Everywhere.
There's a balance
Every single way.
of learning and there's a balance of toxicity, and you don't have to work on a constant thing.
Quite a lot.
You don't have to work that I want to talk about that right now, but you don't have to work on a constant thing. Or you don't have to, it don't matter, you don't have a balance about no matter where in flow.
Exactly.
What I believe, personally experiencing it for the first time in my life, because I've always worked with NGOs before, so I always do work with the go-lucky, happy side of social work. Never the nitty-gritty, dumb and dirty.
Never to make money.
Yes, sir. But I believe that it's funny how they say you go to school to learn, right? But I feel like school, majority of the time, with socialization and what the people actually educate about, allow critical thinking to happen. What happening at the call center arena is you got a lot of people when I have that education part where allow you in a school where even if you're not the source or in a school, you there people where you bounce off of. So when
people never went rock and fun.
So when you get in the call center field or when you get in that environment, you got a lot of people when to say politically right and just and fair to everybody, when critically think. So you're in our environment with people where only think at one level.
Face value.
Point of view. That's
vision, yeah.
And they don't know no different. They don't know what it is. For they're in a different environment, you just got a lot of the everyday Joe when I have that.
In other words,
I was trying not to say it nicely. But you have a lot of people who just that are right at a surface level of I know how to add my paycheck and make sure my pay slip correct. And if you tell me move 5 centimeters and say yes ma'am, no sir, I won't do that. And I'm going to ask me do nothing more because I'll do nothing more and I'm going an extra mile. And then that give off the personalities, and then they're the same people where work the 10-15 years and then get supervisory positions and they still have that mentality, moving up that mentality.
So the culture carry on.
That issue is
that culture.
That's how we do things.
So no, right now a lot. That has been my experience so far, and you know how we do it. What happened? Listen to me, Miss Baby. I'm 4 years. I don't even have this.
Mr. Sir.
Or Mr. Sir.
You know, because men can be call center agents too. Hashtag.
Let's take our bidding right there and on whole lot right there. We'll be right back with more Weh U Di Seh.
Right.
Alright, we're back with more Weh U Di Seh, and I just want to get some more feedback on whether or not call centers are a good environment for dinner or not. So Weh U Di Seh on that, bro.
If you're into make paper, if you're like Kendra and about the paper, it is. If you serious and you willing to do the time,
do the
work. Indeed. But they're not for everybody. I have to know that. I know bullshit. I see a lot of posts lately, people they recommend the call centers, so people complain how job not there and call centers are right there. They are true, call centers are right there, and make a buck on it if needed, but it is indeed not for everybody. Everybody don't have the time, the patience, and a lot of people look at it as just answer calls, but there's a lot of critical thinking, especially majority of these campaigns where in Belize right now. Because at the end of the day, that the base for which campaign you live on.
Okay.
You could get hired into the wrong campaign. Maybe that campaign is not yours. Maybe that campaign is you. You know, it could be whether it is customer service or sales. There's not a lot of that sales. A lot of people don't have that sales aspect. You know, they have to be part of your personality.
Right.
You have to be that. You have
a convincing voice.
You have a shark in a you. Yeah. You know? And some people customer service you have to deal with. A couple of numbskulls. You know? If you don't have that patience and that etiquette and empathy, you know, it don't work out. So I encourage it. I will never turn down if somebody, you know, willing to give them all and make some money. I will always encourage it. But at the end of the day, it's not for everyone. If money there, the people like hype it up or they make this, they make that. Like there is people that make paper, like nice people that get taxed and kind of get it in. And I believe at the end of the day, they still kind of take advantage of it. Because I show this idea a lot of times, wow, union. But a lot of people say, oh, they're not thinking about this union thing, no, that's not the right thing to do. But honestly, based on the inflation and the economy, there should not be a call center where they pay nothing less than $7 at least. It should be minimum $7 an hour.
Right.
And moving up from there. So right now, if you're a bonus and incentives, I'm a server, but other $5.50 and that's because we all know at the end of the day, you pay we $5.56, but you for all we know you $10 US.
Easy.
That's the truth, an approximate figure. It could be more.
Could be definitely. I feel like that more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because then people know that in a business to just be friendly.
I remember when I my first class center, my goodness, I hate it. Boom, radical, make what $3.65 an hour. My goodness, that was the worst time. Every day I go to work and I had to think about how I could find a way to make an excuse. I tell my mom, enough days I was going home after work and I tell my mom, I like this job, I want this job, you're alone. My mother, you have to do it, you better do it. You have to do it, you better do it. And I'm glad you see that thing, I can take the easy way out and skip up. Because I tell enough days I'll catch a bus and go up that boom and wow, it was something else, bro.
Like a culture shock even, right?
Yes.
Sweatshop.
One sweatshop shop.
Whoa.
Definitely.
No, nowadays people they make $8, $9, $10, that kind of thing. Back in the days, boom, radical boom make a lot of people buy. I tell you, a lot of people get a sense of life. When I reach there, and like this, it's adolescence.
I was about to say they kind of smartly, silently rebrand themselves, you know, because I know I lied to you. I never know for a few months until I catch up that RCC BPO that there, you know.
Yeah.
I never know that when I say RCC, I never already
respect the owner. I can't know name, but she's a strong woman, and I respect her. And then I did. I respect her and
in a business, that's the most thing could ask you for respect because you know honestly, like I said, they in this of turn on profit, they know the next to worry about. Every strive for you to deal with, then if it make
well, I mean ultimately they go, but then you have to still think about the welfare of people because if you can't handle the people there at the same time you want healthy
I agree with that, but they're not foreigners. We could get into a deeper conversation about that aspect of it for sure.
At the end of the day, Belize, we don't have like a lot of factories. I always was think like why Belize don't have we not supposed to America. We are intelligent people at the end of the day. We
could produce our own.
I always wonder why we don't have like factories like GMC and like big different factories in America. Why don't branch out one of these? I don't know, do it. But call centers are for we thing.
Pretty much.
And the reason why it is because one, the currency, and two, the fact that we have this in terms of our neighbors, surrounding neighbors, we are able to start speaking English very well. At least, but we accent not really.
Everybody talks skates, pantone.
Hey, watch out, so people think we young. The young, but when I reach at work, walking, looking, gentleman, when I get on a phone and I want to know if that.
No, Brez, don't lie. No, I just have to say what I remember years ago, right? I mean, catch most time going to Cayo, and I sit alongside this young lady. I had a hearty conversation with this young lady, and this young lady speaks so fluent American to me, right? Like accent and everything. I know American is not a language, but English with an American accent to me. And when I asked she, you the visitor, where you go from? I said, no, I live in Belmont. Like, I live in Belmont. I'm like, okay. And then when she told me she just worked at a call center after, this accent better than actual people who live in America. Real, I got this whole hour for Belize to the bonfire and talk to this person, and this person speaks with such a perfect US accent. I may think she could visit her family, I think, but she just go for work. She just go for work. She's there.
She's there.
She's still in her character.
And that thing because in this, I don't know, like that thing we have to do. The first thing I would do when you reach that door, like a lot of police supervisors tell me, I was always said for the first time, like that's something dumb, but that real. When I reach that door, you need to drop everything.
Yeah.
And in the workplace, honestly, and in the workplace, you need to drop
everything.
Your whole soul, everything on shit.
Yeah.
I would drop your whole soul shit, and you step into work, and you go there with your mindset. You know what you need to do for the day, and you get it done. And you leave.
Yeah. That's true, man. You have to drop the baggage.
But again, that's like what I said earlier, that there's, in reference to your question, that just like any other place, like we only single it out because, again, now the population will work there and we're saturated with. That's why it's so singled out because that the regular Joes, so it's single out because they're not the minority, but they're not really the majority.
Right.
So that's why that is big single out situation. But that is like any workplace, like the one I do work actually have counseling because they know how rough the customers could be because of the policy and the procedures of the company where we work for. And you can't, and people convince sometimes that, well, if I talk to upper management, I could override the system. Upper management and me got the same tools, but you know what? I'll put in a request. I like when the record supervisor give me a note and write it down. I'll put in a request. You want to talk to what? She want to tell you, or he want to tell you the same thing I want to tell you, but by all means, if you want to hear it for somebody else, sure, no problem. But again, like any other workplace where you have to go in, shake it off.
Definitely.
Even as a social worker, I can't carry my baggage to my clients, or else they want feed and feel off of that, and they want to say, well, I don't want to open up to she because she standoffish, she got attitude, fishy face, makeup, so how she can help me? How she know why to go through? She even down to, down to the Gucci socks, sorry that was man that you're bring, but even down to your attire, how you dress, like you have to be relatable and you have to could get on the level of people where they deal with. So no matter if you work in a call center, no matter if you work on a private NGO, no matter if you work on a public one, no matter like you're getting me. I know that's why it have to be purpose to me. It have to be purposeful. Working at a call center and enjoying it means that some part that you have to help people. Regardless if you sell something or you don't customer care, you have to enjoy the idea of helping. It's why I decided to do what I did because that like a good prerequisite for the field that I'm in. But every day my resignation, I don't forget free. But you know, again in reference, now I balance.
Every day you go spell check.
Just
update the date man, somebody later.
Yeah. Like Colin said, you have to sometimes I think you have to want the day. And you have to understand what it's all about. And I think the people on the other end where you talk to could sense that and feel when you knew. And not that when you're cussing, and they could sense and feel when you don't even know what the heck you talk about. But if you say that confidently that listen, I tell you this is all I could do for you. I mean I got a difficult one name, but they will say, well you know what? Okay. And that could just be when you make up now that between you and supervisor afterwards, but and everybody have to wing it in life. Everybody have to go with the flow sometimes and just figure it out as you go along. But to me I think we shouldn't single it out because but like any other place where you work, you gonna have government and you gonna have Miss Susie Q shop down the lane. The fishy worker have to go a nice smile. They cut your bun or the airport a bun and oh your man in the go you have to so to me it all balance out or equal to the same thing. There's no huge difference again that just cause it's saturated with the everyday person. So that literally you and your whole neighborhood they work at the same place.
Right.
So intertwined, know everybody and know everybody's business but that is the difference. That is the difference.
I thought he beefing and things.
But like when you said our commonality with our workplaces across the board.
That's true.
Belize small, Belize.
You can work with somebody down at PG, Corazal City, or down Kai, whatever you find commonalities in the toxicity I will see. Everybody go through the same issues when it comes
this
to
one a day, this one a man.
Yeah, this one I never call, this one a back, and and that one. And
I want to talk about that one in the group chat and they got a separate group chat. Leave it all that. that struck a nerve.
Yeah.
Well,
yep.
But yeah, moving on.
You know one thing I can't wrap my head around? Why we as man have to apologize if we feelings after a little expressive?
That's true though.
You know, make no sense.
You could listen, alright, you could listen to a lecture, just have to say, right? You could listen, they will say everything when they have to say or no. Okay then, thing done. Alright, I understand, I hear you. If you either, you both sides wrong, both times wrong. If you just say, okay then, I understand you, I hear you, make I tell you mine's wrong. Because they express themselves, and you don't feel supposed to talk now. Right? Right? And if you, after the fact, decide, okay then, maybe I could, we express ourselves, I appreciate what you say, make I express myself now to you, I'll leave future date, because that's what we do. Wrong. Right?
I don't know if sometimes like the expected reaction is I am completely wrong. I apologize for ever thinking otherwise. I am the dirt beneath your feet. Take me as I am. I don't know. I had an idea, man. It's tough, I don't take nothing away from a woman. And as a man, I could say to myself, as a man in this day and age, expressing your feelings,
Alright.
like if a woman out there, if you're a man, at any point, open up to you and express yourself, you try to love granted a try, turn around and try, at any idea, like some other time you try, one next argument pop up, and you try to show something out there, show something on him based on what he may open up to you about, you never do that shit, because you never forget that.
Yeah.
So don't cancel me, ladies, because I know I will get canceled after this, but unfortunately, women have conversations, this is my opinion, with men expecting you to give us. wanting the reaction. We don't make up enough for weekend. That you forgive we. When I tell him this, his response need to be XYZ. So when I get the real raw reaction, that doesn't go you discussing about it. But I'm never agreement, and we walk around. We think that men as emotionally, and you do have emotionally intelligent men. I don't know nobody, but as emotionally intelligent as us men think logically, women think emotionally. And the reason we're so different is because it worked down on balance. The reason why people that in a relationships are because if you give enough of what you think, as I not always think logically. Case in point, if we go on a trip to Belizean, your first thing would be, babe, I'm gonna put gas in this vehicle before we go, so we don't have to do this tomorrow. No, that now be my first thing. My first thing would be, if all of the seatbelt then working there because my mom coming in this vehicle this week, if food are there, if this water and if you drink, what all you need from me.
I mean, that's still good logic, though, no?
Very good.
Yeah, good logic.
Wow. 70% of you, I think, I got a bad suit.
Or that.
Well,
No, I think
or that. You know, my thing, it will be everything else other than we need this vehicle to move tomorrow, to reach this destination. You could bring your shit, hot best friend, auntie, granny. This vehicle needs to move. One man truly, unfortunately, don't cancel me again. Can't leave us to do things like that because we are too busy to get the fix right.
Right.
And then when he come home, right? And then when he come home,
we got another gas.
so then the woman don't feel attacked because. Well, I don't really think about that.
Well, I mean, I guess you are the man.
Right. And we want their gender roles, and then you have the flip side where we don't tell the fight for equality, and I'm again not cancel me so over the equality fight because I'm a woman for a reason and I need to be a man. Like I'm a woman because I have my roles that make me a woman. Yeah, I could work, yeah, smart, I could bring in money, but at the same time I can never be a man. And a man can never be a woman, and he will never think like me, and he'll never be like me. So when it comes to why I don't have to apologize, not because majority of the time for the average woman, they don't make up enough for them man who want to respond and want to sound like we like. I don't think I your answer, so when you don't give me your answer, when you don't give me my own answer, well, I don't think of for you.
yeah.
We got issues.
I mean,
why you have to have your own opinion after we don't have that?
I understand that. No disrespect to nobody, but
right.
No, I understand that, but I just speaking in general, right? Because it's like past experience and things. These are not non-relevant there, right? But why is it that again when Honor play that out in on the head, the man respond, even if he respond how Honor want. Everything go grand, but it never really work. Just to say, just
one person, right?
Yeah, but just to say, just argument's sake, you respond everything and boom thing. But then just on the flip side, because sometimes you feel like okay, then well, we up on a comfort level, you could express yourself well, just like how you have certain things where you wrong with me, I could say certain things are wrong with you. Well, not wrong, but just certain things that I like for to change, and I express myself same way. The flip side, that nowhere near the reaction what we had to give. That if other tell me something, that like okay then I understand, sorry. If we tell us something, well why you get vexed and I feel that way because you make I feel that way, so we end up to apologize to express our feelings because we upset you. For to tell you something, just how we feel, and our issue not get addressed at all. Right. And that happen a lot.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes in those situations, the feelings of the male no matter. Because the deeper meaning that always like I feel like you come back to the way how we were raised and the way how our different dynamics.
We make out that
societal norms teach you one man no cry. One man not talk about his feelings, one man to get up and do the work and not ever complain. And when he come home, one man to do the things, whether that please his wife, whether that fix the light, whether that take out the garbage. And if it never get no break, and if it never complain.
Please wife, take out the garbage. Please wife again, take out the garbage, and you have adding please wife like 3 times.
No, but that doesn't say what that societal norms and what society tell we what is right and what is right and just. And we grew up to hear not if your child they play upon the football field and he come home and cry because his feelings get hurt. Not cry for that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man? I mean, no cry for that.
No, man.
The
change, no.
We as British child,
right?
We
come up like that, right?
But as time
but even our parents come up like that. That is why we come up like that, because our generational thing.
Now we
broke the cycle.
Right.
There's one conflicting stage that we could either continue it or we could adapt to this norm of society where they don't change and we could like be like one step back and allow him to do what he wants.
But I agree with that sentimentally, but I also think that where I feel like what a lot of people don't realize that whatever choice you go, you will come with a consequence.
Definitely.
You know, like if you raise a man to be one man, the consequence of that you now know how to be emotionally attached.
Yeah.
If you raise her to be open to emotions, certain manly norms where society used to, it might be conflicting when that child become older, because who is to say that what you do, that like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
You get what I say?
Well, yeah, but I just have to say one neat thing with it. Like, okay, I say, that's not really agree with the terminology. Just someone say raise as a man, like make it seem opposing to expressing the feelings and not raise like a man, you know? That's that.
Well, I just mean to say if you raise her one way then.
Yeah.
I word correct, but if you raise her that way then so.
Yeah.
But then
raise her tough.
The point what I'm going to try to make is that what consequence will come either way, so just
I think
you have to teach your child that whichever way you go, like I don't feel like you should always beat down this that the right thing, this that the wrong thing. Like everything based on a situation.
A situation has to express.
I feel like as a parent, one of the main things there where I try to do with my kids, that ask questions until I say if I feel like they're going through a traumatic situation, first thing I want to do is start ask, okay, well what happened?
Yeah.
And then what you do?
Mm-hmm.
And that what you do? Why you do that?
Like what example?
You tell your teacher, what your teacher reaction? How you feel what? And then we could come to a conclusion.
Lot of children where I noticed to get raised by a community. They don't really get raised by their parents. A lot of children, like more poverty state, they get raised by a community. Their parents are like infants and adults. Their parents are need to come in their own self.
Yeah, they need to start on their own life.
Their children come, they can't even look up to their parents and be like, getting that guidance, getting that knowledge, getting that.
Yeah.
But I believe that I think one of the biggest, I don't know, a parent but I'm a professional auntie. I believe that one of the biggest things, and I always share it with my siblings, that give your child the tool where we never given in the understanding of what a choice is. Because at the end of the day, we can't grow up and always point fingers at where mommy and daddy do before me. At some point, you had a time to make a choice to realize it, accept what I'm in your past, accept what I'm in your raising, make changes to it when you decide to have your family, whatever kind of family you choose to have, because there's all kinds in today's day.
That is true.
But give your child the tool of understanding how to make a choice that will benefit them, teach them the value of what their choices could cause them in their life. I wish I had that. I wish I understand that growing up, that you want to get out of this raising and norms and values and how you have to treat people and how you have to be nice and whatever. But if somebody may tell me there will come a time when you have to pick this or that, it was really up to you, use all of their things to pick this or that. No one said that to me.
That is true.
No one said that. So if you could do anything, teaching to pick me how to make choices, we're not typically good or not to be typically bad.
You're just making choices on a whole.
Right? Teach them how to choose.
Yeah, right. Teach them
how to not be a follower. Teach them how to lead and teach them how to be okay if you don't fit in with everybody.
And stick it to
be okay if you like this instrument and everybody they say, oh, I want girl instrument or be okay with that. Know that choice to please you at that point. Be okay with that. Have confidence in that. I think one later we never have that growing up, so we become insecure people. We're turning into insecure people. We're turning into insecure men and women. We're quick for blame, because I could bring it all back to the original conversation. We're quick for blame you because you call me out and I'm not ready for face when you call me out pan. And all of that sat from the root of not knowing, well, you know what, I could be wrong.
I also have to say, I see something recently where I can't quote it word for word, but there was something similar to where you just say right now is that doing the right the right thing to teach people and all. The phrase where they say make the right choices don't necessarily mean making a choice, no, just making a choice where correct or wrong, right? Not about that. They just talk about the making right choices actually mean doing it with conviction, like committing to the choice you make. Whether you think you're right or not, whether that based on who think what, because there's no real right choice. It's just making a choice and committing to that choice that will make it, the right choice. No about
what's fitting for you.
Yeah, so like if what you mean to say just now about if you like one instrument or if you like something and people they tell you that and you just stick to it, eventually that will appeal for you because that's something you're passionate about.
Correct.
Because the same people they tell you that never work, you realize they have a whole world of people will love that same thing you love, and you're like, man, because especially at Belize, you might feel like you small, you're like the only person.
Speaking of the aspect of the whole world thing, a lot of Belizean people think Belize.
Yes.
And like,
so
man,
so true.
Further visa.
So true.
There's a lot of places where we could travel and witness and meet new people.
Yeah.
Your soulmate might not be Belizean. There's a lot of people, a lot of places you could travel without needing a consider people for the part your visa. Those are passport.
And again, when that could boil down to the idea that your parents or whoever raised you, granny, uncle, aunt, whoever, never allow that freedom to tell you could think outside the box, because because I'm an analytic person and I like analyze why this happened this way, why that happened that way, where I feel like our parents that made a generation of laborers and so they work, so then I'm gonna builders and I want to build this road because my people want need this road, and that the way they made it say, and then we get a road and we're like, so what we do on this road? We ride a bike, we drive a car, we run up and down this road. Then I got all of their feelings for this road, but I don't like this road, but this road, and then we end up stuck. And you never get an option that, hey, like, you know what, the oversaw now where I might like, but what? I build this road for you because I know why you X, Y, Z. And I know, and they come with that labor mentality that, and I watch this video on Instagram where I wish my parents never make the sacrifices when they make for their own self. Like, they miss out on their own life, they make the sacrifices when they say what better me. I was like, man, because who would our parents be?
I'll be real at that though. Parenting on a whole, that's the most difficult topic you could touch. There's no complete right way for parent. There's no complete. Well, I mean, there's a lot of complete wrong way for complete parent. Yeah.
There is a
but there's nobody in the world. But nobody in the world have the correct way for parent
That's
exactly
right,
to
that's
achieve.
The thing is, the crazy part about it is that you could have the right way of parent, you could do it by books. And then
There's no correct.
It depends on your child. What they
Everything,
want.
Briz. Everything.
And they have great children come up on terrible
Yeah,
households.
Briz.
And they have some real, I don't know what, they come up on some.
Yeah, man. There's no.
So,
That's why.
yeah.
That just to me when it comes to that, again, you make sacrifices as a parent because they might feel that way because to me that's not like a plus for them. There's some like they had so much love in their life that they feel regret that their parents never get to enjoy themselves for that because they spend so much time for their one child.
True.
You know, so I feel like that now plus for how that person get raised. But again, that now also wow, empathy they feel for their parents because they love their parents so much. But again, that song like wow, beautiful growing up that they make so much sacrifice to make you feel so loved, make you feel so happy, make you feel like you're in such a good position that you feel so contented in your life that sorry, but you feel vexed that your parents never get to experience theirs, you know?
Right.
And you name know that. I mean, again, I don't know the who you speak of, but you name know that.
Instagram,
yeah,
were just that the basis of do better in and knowing that, and that never disregarding making a sacrifice for your child, but that know that you as the parent, I believe, or how I interpret it, that you as a parent could still live.
Yeah.
Because a lot of parents make sacrifices. Some of them, I'm not gonna say a lot, but you have a wide or a general populous way live through them children. I work so hard so you could be.
No, I
want you be. I work so hard so you could be doctor, lawyer, engineer, civil engineer.
Just to finish your point,
scientist,
I just want to say that we need to know if that is satisfaction the parent have. You need to know if that their joy right there.
Right.
You know, that, they don't have to worry about it. You good means that I good. And that the happiness I'll need to experience, you know?
And then the goal stems deeper where it comes down to how this child come about. Some people don't know a child, some people just had a child. Shit, I don't do it now, man. I also have to do what I need to do.
No,
I also have to do what I need to do to do reach 18 now. When you reach 18,
that's it.
The thing of that.
Yeah, you're right.
But I say all of that again to say come down to the women in the way no know how to be receptive on her feelings, because half of the time we don't want to face, like I said, ladies, don't cancel me, but half of the times we don't want to face one issues and we don't give one that choice. I
mean, we know without fault. No, but I just have to say to we, not like we know without fault, right? Not like men.
No, and I know the discredit, and you see that, you see how you done the job to be.
I
think like it's okay if you say, hey, you know what? I'm too busy to look at your flaws. I'm not receptive to look at my own.
Yeah, no, I also point it out. I also add to what you just said that no feel no way, because I also try add to what you just said. Right. It's not like we're not without fault. Right. We have a lot of issues. We just try to point out one little thing about it. Not like we to try this guy like hide our own flaws and stuff.
Again, societal norms still want child funny 5. Oh yeah, that was sweetly princess. Yeah, that's perfect, baby. Yeah, that's pretty. And just need to be pretty. And just need to do a pretty gal. Don't I? Yeah, that's neat thing. You can't. You can't play that twice because that twice that for boys. So people grow up to have that mentality that is pretty and I don't do nothing wrong and that's perfect. And you just to take what I give because I grew up like that. That's the way. Yeah, that's the way we do our data. Is we know they tell me, yeah, dig that dirt car. Yeah, be a farmer. Yeah, plant this tree and. You will be productive and you could be anything where you want to be. You don't just have to be a pretty princess. Like, but
environment and all that play a role as well.
Right.
When it comes to that too, the environment we raise our children in, the environment we grow up in. They walk near hill where
But again, to like, and then if I get a speech of you could just be a housewife, like then if I get a speech that you could do more than,
Right.
Be a housewife.
Right.
You could
Besides-
do more than make me start the career.
Besides more being more than being house, right? Now I have to bring this question. The role of a housewife is dying in Belize. Not probably globally.
Yeah.
There's no more one woman being a housewife that like two incomes.
Well,
Need two incomes to survive.
Well, I think
There's
what,
actually a more growing trend of people not even wanting to develop a relationship
Yeah.
together
Well.
because me single, they make my paper less of a risk than to try get with somebody
Yeah.
and now I have to figure out your tendencies,
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
into, what you not into.
Nah,
I try to chase my bag, nigga, I know the fucking word about what
Yeah.
you deal with, and vice versa, you know, so
well, I also think when it comes to that,
Go
ahead.
I'm young at the time. When I'm young, I don't know what fucking reality sucks. But I'm young, I'm always gonna say. When I'm young, I up to at least second family high school. My wife underneath at work, he had a kitchen, I had a bed. You know, my wife not work. I want
Take care of home.
now. Yeah, I don't have a stay-at-home wife.
then you see that like Bill and I read that. Thanks again for tuning in to Weh U Di Seh. Make sure you follow me on Facebook on Weh U Di Seh page. Check you out on YouTube as well, Weh U Di Seh. Like and subscribe. We also there on Max TV and Radio now, channel 14. All the love, appreciate it. Thanks again.